Would you like to mention that?
Yes, I also tried my hands with poetry, and that also happened because of stammer. Because my first poetry was the bird in the cage, and I used to always imagine myself as a bird in the cage, because I used to feel that I am a bird in the cage, and I wanted to express that how a person who stammer feels when he stammers, the stuttering mindset. But I did not want to mention the words that stutter or stammer. So I just expressed it in terms of a bird who is encaged in bars. He is saying that I too want to fly, I too want to fly. So if anybody wants, okay, you read it, right? Yes. So it is there on the TISA blog, so you can read it. Now my colleague here, dhruvaHar, would like to share some experiences, some more things about blogging and writing, and his experiences about blogging.
As Harish has already explained everything, so I would not bore you and would just add on my personal experiences. So I would be mainly talking about blogging. Okay. So can anyone in the audience tell me what a blog is? Anyone?
You can write your what experience.
Yeah.
Blog it.
Yeah, right. Anything else? You know what a blog is?
Blog is to share
Every talk of your
your thoughts.
Yeah, right.
Small website.
It is an abbreviation of a web blog.
Yeah,
It's a blog.
yeah, it's a blog, right.
10 out of 10.
So, and the most important thing about a blog is that it's free. So, you know, we are Indians, you know, we shouldn't really leave anything but it's free. So, we also blog, right? Okay, so there are blogs like Blogspot and everything, they are free, and you know, you can just go there and do everything.
Come on,
Okay.
you can't just say that on our faces.
No.
We have some respect. Have some self-respect.
Okay. So I'll start about my personal experiences. What I did, that I started small. It wasn't like one day I just woke up and I started my own blog and people like this, you know, I'm writing like 5 posts a day. It wasn't like that. I actually started on the blog of the Indian Stammering Association.
Hindi or English, mix.
Okay, sure.
So that both.
I actually started leaving comments on the Indian Stammering Association. मैंने क्या किया, मैंने पहले जो एक साल का ब्लॉग था उस पे कमेंट्स वगैरह स्टार्ट किए, and then what I did was like silent screen. I was a bit smarter than him actually. What I did, that my name is spelled dhruva, but what I did there, I spelled it as dhruv. So you know, if someone asks me that are you that person, I can say no. But if chair told me that have you accepted your stammer, I would say yes. You know, you can just see there I have my name, right? So that's what I did. Anyway, so after that, slowly, I actually started seeing the benefits of all that. And actually in the start, all I wrote on the blog was about our SAGs. Like, you know, it was like pretty boring stuff. But Jay forced me to do it. They were like, you know, we had tea, we did this, we did that. And I was like, what is this? Actually. But after that, I actually started seeing the benefits of it. Okay, so today, what I have is, I have my own blog on stammering, and it has some followers as well. And I write like 4 to 5 posts in a span of 20 days or so, and it is quite famous on the internet as well. So, right? Yeah. Okay. So, what the next thing you might ask is that why should I blog? Right? the first and foremost thing is that you don't have to speak on the blog. You know, it's like an advantage for all of us. You don't have to speak or accept it, right? So you can just blog away, and you know, it's really easy. And okay, I have to refer to my cheat codes here. Just give me a sec. Yeah, you don't have to speak. And another thing is that you can vent all of your anger and stuff on a blog. You can just write, I had a bad day and stuff, so that you know one day you don't like bottle up all your anger and then you know punch someone on the face, right? He's laughing at you and you're like, okay, so what, right? Okay, so after that, one more thing that you can learn from blogging is that you learn more and more about stammering. The thing that has helped me the most is that awareness, right? The more I know about stammering, the more I can manage it in an easier way. So you learn more and more about stammering, and why blogging helps you is that you need to have something to put on the blog every day. You know, you can't just write, I had a bad day, I stammered and I was fluent. No one reads that, right? So you have to put it something there. So this is an advantage. And yeah, and one more thing is that you meet other people who stammer, right? Before this, I was like, I am the only one in the world, right, who stammer. I'm the only one. But as I started blogging, I could see that there are other people who stammer, and they stammer more severely than me, but they are enjoying it, and I am not. So that what changed my perception. And another thing that you can get from blogging is that you make contacts. Like I now have a person in Goa which I can go to. I have in China, and I think I have one person from each state. So I don't have to care about the hotels and stuff. I can just stay there, right? And on a more serious note, like we had an HR person here. So those who are all they want a job and stuff, they can always take help from them. You have your friends, but they are mostly of your own age, right? So what you know is pretty much what they know about jobs and stuff. But here we need experienced people, and the thing is they stammer as well. So you can talk about the HR stuff and all that, but you can also ask them like you are an HR. How did you do that? It's like everybody was there, you were an HR and you stammer, it was like that. So you can do that, and we have some entrepreneurs here as well. So you can ask them like, how do you deal with people on a day-to-day basis. So you can do all that, and okay, I have some more as well. So I hope I'm saying so much, so at least one or two of you will start blogging. And yes, one more thing is that, a really good thing is that, if you are on Facebook and stuff, right, Facebook and everything like that, and if your parents come, like, they say, what are you doing? You can also say, I'm blogging. Actually, helping the world, I'm helping all the people in the world who stammer. Well, actually, I just, passing your time, right? Okay. And, okay, I already said that. Yeah, and another thing that you get from blogging, like after 6 to 7 months of blogging, if someone asks you to just stand here and speak about something, you are able to speak in like this. Like the only two persons on the stammering blog which blog the most are Dr. Srivastava and JP sir. And you can see like you ask them something and they reply like that. So the thing you get from blogging is this. And also I have seen people who don't stammer, and if you ask them, or I will give you an example. While I was checking for jobs, we had like these CDs around, right? So in the GD, some people just used to stay silent. And I was like, you don't stammer, you can speak, please do, right? I was like, I stammer and I'm having so much problem, you don't, just speak up, but they won't, right? So that's where blogging helps you, right? So you have your ideas, you have an opinion on anything. Whether you know about that or not, you have an opinion, whether it's right or wrong, but you will speak something about that. So one thing you get support. And the last advantage that I think is that if your blog someday becomes popular, you can always put up some ads and all, and you can make some money out of this. I don't think there is anything. And before I go further, I would like to ask from the audience who all have blogged. You know, it can be a post or something. So by show of hands, can you please tell me who all have blogged sometime in their life? By show of hands. Okay. You can actually raise your hands higher. It's not so nothing to be ashamed of. Yeah, right. Okay. Now please. Please keep your hands up. Okay. So, how many of you blog at least once in a span of 20 days? At least once. Please keep raising your hands. Till do.
I try to.
Yeah, you try to. Okay, it's fine.
Same here, I try to.
Even I try, but I can't do it. I'm not doing it.
So you see, when I asked that, how many of you have blogged once, they all raised their hand. But when I asked this, still do, they were like 1 to 2 people. So what I'm going to talk about now is the challenges you face once you start blogging. It's not easy to start a blog, but it's really not easy to maintain one as well, actually. So one thing it's when you start a blog, it's like, okay, it's fun, it's entertainment, I can just write here and all that. But after some time, people expect you to write more and more. So sometimes it can be a challenge to provide anything substantial in every post. Like you have to know a lot about stammering to actually write so that people will read it. People won't read anything that they know, right? They want something more and more. They want to learn more. So one thing, and the other is like, okay, I have to go to sleep. I can always go out with friends instead of like this and that. Yes. So, and the other thing is that we don't have that much ideas in us. Like, we would be like, at the start of blog, okay, I know this, I know that. And after some time, it's like, okay, much more, ab kya? It's like that. So, these are some of the challenges that one can face. But it's not, I'm not saying that it's impossible to actually get past all these challenges and continue your blog. One thing that you can do is that you can actually read other blogs about stammering and get ideas from them and just rearrange them and put them up, and then people would be like, oh wow, what ideas you have. One thing is good, and the other thing is that I know it's not easy to continue blogging for a long span of time, but just think like this: the amount of time you spend thinking about your stammering, you like spend 5 to 6 hours a day just thinking about it. So you can take 20 minutes every day to at least think about a post or anything. So I think that's something that we all should do. And now I think I have spoken enough. I don't have anything left there. So Harish will continue.
Thanks, Dhruv, for briefing us. It was not briefing, it was lots of information about blogs. And now let me continue with some
Present and leave.
Okay, so Dhruv had asked how many of us do blog. and I think most of us raise their hands. But how many of us are still blocked? I mean, Elaine, Sachin?
No, even I have
Lavin. Okay, and anybody writes a diary? You write a diary?
Sometimes.
You write? Sometimes.
Not regularly.
Not regularly. You also write a diary?
So how actually
Posting lot of stuff on the internet.
Yeah, what is that?
Blogging as well.
I don't think so.
Depends on what kind of stuff you post on internet.
posting links. Please check his blog. Go and watch this video. LOL.
What kind of stuff you post on internet?
I read a lot of creators on Instagram as well as so many other things as well.
And before posting, you have to opt for those links.
Sometimes not. You just post it and see the number of likes, and if there are more likes, then you watch it.
I think this is fine.
Yes.
Okay, so those who don't write a diary or don't write a blog, I mean, what is the reason? I mean, why? What is stopping you from this? Is it very difficult?
Write a diary, but since college,
And then why did you stop it?
Actually, he got a girlfriend in college.
And Gaurav, I mean, have you ever thought about writing blogs or articles maybe on family or whatever?
No.
Why? I mean, what is the reason? No specific reason. Mitesh?
एक रीजन
Yeah.
मैंने काफी सेल्फ हेल्प बुक पढ़ी है, तो उसमें हमेशा क्या बोलते हैं कि कुछ भी मतलब पास का जो नेगेटिव है उसे भूल जाना चाहिए। मतलब नेगेटिव मतलब स्टेमलिंग के मैं 2-3 स्पीच थेरेपी के पास भी गया था, 3 थेरेपिस्ट के पास। वो क्या बोलते हैं कि जैसे भी आपको स्टेमलिंग का बैड एक्सपीरियंस हुआ तो आप उसे भूल जाओ, उसके बारे में सोचना नहीं है, स्टेमलिंग के बारे में सोचना नहीं है, ये नहीं है वो नहीं है। तो हमेशा एक मन में रहता है कि जब नेगेटिव बोलेंगे तो सब नेगेटिव हो जाएगा, मन में नेगेटिव आएगा, मतलब कोई अपना खराब एक्सपीरियंस हुआ है तो उसे भूल जाना है। तो लिखने का कोई सवाल नहीं होता, उसके बारे में उसे याद नहीं करना है ऐसा।
But could you forget it? I mean, आप हमारे से बोल सकते हो?
बुलाने का ट्राई कर सकते हैं।
May I answer this?
Yeah.
Can you forget that the person's name is Jay? If I just ask you that his name is Jay, you have to forget all about it.
No. नहीं भूल तो नहीं सकते, मतलब भूल तो नहीं सकते।
But I am telling you, just forget about it.
दूसरे मतलब अपना
हाँ, बट अगर इनसे एक साल बाद पूछूं कि इनका वो क्या है, नाम क्या है, देखो ना, तो
But then somewhere inside you will know that because the name is Jen. Yeah.
We can take her opinion on this because it's a clinical matter and he has been advised with some speech therapists.
Yes.
So we can ask her, is it really
Yes.
a valid approach?
Right.
Is it that if you write
Yeah,
this?
sorry, I haven't done the whole point, so.
I should ask this question. Whatever meeting.
What he said is that he was once advised by a speech therapist that whenever you have a bad experience, bad certain experience, you just forget it and don't write about it.
So he's
So that is, he's
asking.
asking that that is something which has stopped him from writing. So, what do you think?
Well, and even Dr. Satya was saying he doesn't dwell on things too, right? He lets go of things. I mean, I personally like to me, writing about it, it gets it out of my head, and then I'm able to let it go. Otherwise, it's staying in my head and in my body. So, I mean, as a speech therapist, I would not say don't write about it. I mean, I often use writing or journaling about experiences as part of my therapy, yeah. Does that answer? I don't know.
Does that answer your question?
So, I have one doubt about dialectic. एक रीजन था कॉलेज में मेरे डायरी छोड़ जाने का बीजेपी से बोला because I was developing this thought that writing a diary is making me more and more introvert. I was not actually sharing my thoughts with my friends, with my family, and I was just writing everything in the diary, whole day. What I must say, I didn't like it, I love this. So in deep down, I was almost convinced that writing a diary is actually making me a more introvert person, and I didn't like it. I guess that was the biggest reason I stopped.
So, on that, what I would like to say is that actually, writing a diary is not the only thing which you have to do.
Yeah, I'm exclusively for writing diary, not for the blog.
Yeah, but when you're writing a diary, you're not supposed to only write a diary and stop being social. You can do both. Okay, and another thing is what I felt is like in my case, I mean, writing a diary also helped me to be bored on the next day, because it's only about just venting out your frustration. You can deal with yourself much better. And it's not. I don't feel there's any relation between being an introvert and writing a diary. You can also be extrovert or very much social and still write a diary.
Yeah, but I would also like to share one more thing.
Yes.
The writing a diary has a positive part too. That sometimes when my head is full of many thoughts, many emotions. So I just used to write them down in my diary, and I really felt relaxed.
Yes, that's what.
And there was some more scope to have another person.
Yeah, that is the best thing about writing a diary, that you really feel relieved.
Yes. I have a question now.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about it. Even I have a blog on a couple of sites like Google and the other site which has even voice translation and stuff like that. Okay. I stopped writing because I thought it is better to contribute on a forum where you get a lot of people who can read your posts, and you can actually even support people there, because there are a lot of people who are looking for help. And since I feel that I have read quite a bit on stuttering, I can help others as well. So what I do is I'm very active in some of the forums like Stuttering Chat. I'm kind of active in that forum, and I'm very active in some of the other community pages as well. So, do you think that me not blogging is affecting whatever and whatever way?
Okay, I will answer your questions during the QA session about this, but
No problem.
I was just complete, but I have it in my mind. I'll complete. Sure, I shall answer your question. So when I tell our SNG members, like, you start writing, I am always met with excuses, and the top two excuses which I got is that I can't write good enough. It's like I don't have that talent. Okay, and the top two was that I don't get time to write. I mean, I go to college and I have studies, and I just can't find time to write. So then how do we start? So the step one is, the first step is like just to write for yourself. Just take one diary, and whatever is in your mind, I mean, whatever you feel like writing, right? It can be just 5 lines. I mean, as a start, you can just write 5 lines that today I had a wonderful day until I attended physics practicals. Because when my lecturer asked me about my experiment, I could not explain, and I am really feeling bad about it. But I will improve on my speech. I will work hard. I will go to SHG this weekend. So just writing this much is a good start, and it will really help. Or you can also write a private blog. I mean, writing a diary and a private blog is one and the same. You don't share it, write for yourself. Step 2 is by just now we go to the next level. Don't yet open, but then you can start writing with an anonymous ID and share your ideas. Interact with more PWS and start getting their opinions. And then take the leap, push yourself, and start writing with your name. I mean, once you get comfortable sharing your thoughts, and then you have to do it, but eventually you should take care that you don't get locked in the comfort zone. You have to eventually take a leap. And then please don't worry about your writing skills. I mean, you are not going to answer any exam here. You are not going to write a novel. It's just you are writing to help yourself. Now, I would also like to pass on to Dhruv, who also has some tips on how to start blogging.
I don't have so many tips, but I just want to say that स्विमिंग सीखने तो पानी में तो जाना पड़ेगा, राइट? एक्चुअली अब बाहर खड़े हुए तो कुछ होगा नहीं. मैं जितना मर्जी बोल दूँ आपको, सॉरी, but if you have to learn swimming, then you have to at least jump into the water. I can encourage you. Everyone here can encourage you. You know, say like we can tell you how to do it, but it's eventually you who can. We can, it's from inside. You have to bring it out from the inside. You can do Brahma Vidya, you can do blogging, you can do anything you want. But you can, you know, it's like I will do Brahma Vidya for 6 months and then I will be cured. I will do blogging for 1 year and then I will be cured. Matlab, it's not, it doesn't work like that. Because if it had, then everyone in this room had been cured by now. So I just want to say that you have to just face your fears and then just start blogging, right? Just do it. Don't think about what will happen and all that. You actually just have those 1 to 2 minutes in a day